All right, hopefully we're back on. Thanks for telling us it wasn't streaming. In the events, we didn't see anything. We've had two power plays. Pony scored their first goal on a play, and it looks like the Mounds View power play is just over. So now we're back. Even strength. Mounds View gets called for offsides again. So if you missed the front, we're trying to announce it tonight. If you don't like it, let us know. Um, we've got one scratch tonight. It's Hughes, which means the lines are a little bit different than normal. Dorf and Luca are double shifting at the center, and so right now you've got Jack at the center, Zerbe's on his right, Chin on his left, with Pearl and Wagner, your defenseman. Tony's looking for a push, cross ice pass to Zerbe. He touches it up to Dorf. Dorf takes the zone, but he's all by himself. He'll circle around and wait for a little help. Good defensive play by Mounds View, and here they come. Don't have numbers. Gonna send it. Pony's back in their own zone. Zerbe and Dorf working to get it out, pop it out. There's Chin. Chin back trying to go back to Dorf. Didn't get him. Here comes Mounds View. The D now. Beldy's on the ice with Earl Beck. Mounds View looking for an opportunity, looking for the pass across ice. Didn't get it. Here comes Luca. He came on for Dorf. Luca to Vanek. Vanek back to Luca. Shot, save. Somewhat of a shot pass, I think. Goalie covered it up. Good push by the Ponies. Your five for the Ponies are Barris on the left, Luca in the middle, Cade on the right, with Beldy and Urbeck, your defense. Anakin for the drop. Mounds View takes it, trying to get it out. Urbeck uses the body. Here comes Mounds View. He's going to give and go. Pretty good play. Couldn't get the shot off. Luca hard charging. He's got numbers. That's Cade. Cade to Luca. The shot. Score. Luca Vanek scores the second goal on a good push with his brother. Pass was from Cade. That's 2-0 Ponies. All right, Dorf back on. He's got Ness on his left, and he's got BP on his right. Wins the draw. Comes down in the Ponies O zone. Mounds View looking to get an exit. Hicks and Mueller, your D. Matty collects it in the neutral zone, sends it back in. Clean entry. Mounds View sends it the other way. Good play by Neff right there on the hustle. He's got Dorf with him. Shot, rebound, shot. Dorf wide of net on the rebound. Ponies maintain possession. Still working towards the middle. Here comes Mounds View. Mueller collects. Sends it around, looking for BP. Exit the zone. Now we've got some changes going on. Looks like Hicks and Mueller off. We've got two new defensemen. Pearl is one of them. Here on the near side, Wagner on the far side. Zerbe's back on the ice. Luke will be in the middle and Chin on the left. That's your forward line. That's what it looks like. That's the screenshots. So. But what's weird is that's it right there. Yeah, we're going here. Sorry, I'm trying to fix some technical difficulties. It looks like it's rolling. All right, 3:51 to go in the first. Ponies 2, Mounds View 0. Luka Vanek with the drop. He's got Zerbies on his right, Chin on his left. Luka working behind the goal, looking for Zerbies out front. Goalie kicks the net off. One way to stop him. Pearl and Wagner, your defenseman. We'll drop it again from the right dot. Zerbies takes the drop. Townsview gets it. Here they come. Lose it in the neutral zone. Pearl working hard. Probably looking to shoot it. There he goes. Sends it down. Ponies take the zone. Here comes Mounds View. Working behind the net. Looking for somebody out front. Good opportunity. There's a shot. Pad save. Kicked it out to the left side. Ponies get a jump with Zerbies. Luca's coming with him. This is the pass back to him. Could have numbers on a line change. Belby comes out on defense, as does Earlbeck. Luka Vanek working up. Looking for somebody in the middle. That's fine. Belby back to Vanek. Vanek on the back post. Had him wide open. Barris. Great pass from Luka Vanek, which I think came from Beldy. So Beldy to Luka to Barris on the back post. Great move. Ponies 3, Mounds View 0. All righty, here we go. We are just under 3 minutes to go. We got Dorf in the middle, Barris on the left, Cade Vanek on the right. Earlbeck working with Beldy. Here comes Beldy coming out of his own, charging hard. Could have numbers, shoots it up to Barris. Barris back to Beldy, finds Cade, shoot. Hey, that was Dorf, my bad. Beldy whips around to Dorf. Dorf looking for Earlbeck. Earlbeck loses the zone, that'll be offsides. All right. Dorf will be your center. Cade's your right wing. Earlbeck and Beldy still in the back. On the left wing, looks like Zerby's in there. Nope, that's Barris. So again, if you're wondering, we got a lot moving around. We're missing one forward. All right. Hunsby takes the zone. Good hit by Beldy. Earlbeck looking to make an exit. Earlbeck to Beldy. Beldy across ice. Barris. Barris looking for a center. Nobody home. Tony's barely lose the zone. Fresh legs, Ness on the left wing, Luka Vanek in the center, and Brody Peterson on the right. Hixie, Mueller, your defenseman. Hicks to Mueller, Mueller over to Ness. It's not offsides. I was looking somewhere else. I can barely hear that whistle. Yeah, Brody down low. Whistle. Offsides again. It's super hard to hear the whistle, so you don't really know when the play stops half the time. Pixie collects and shoots it up to BP. BP touches it over. Looking for the exit. Luka didn't get it. Funny's still pushing to the neutral zone. BP out to Ness. Takes a hard open hit in the middle ice. Wheeler collects it. Drops it back. Finds Ness. Ness over to Vanek. Tony's trying to exit the zone. Lose possession. Get it back. 22 seconds to go. Tony's kick it out to the neutral zone. Mounds View sends it back in. Ollie collects behind the net. Oh, could have a chance here. Luka and BP on the push. Even numbers. Drops it. Nobody's home. Mounds View looking for a quick exit the other way. Doesn't get it. And that'll be the end of the first period. Tony's 3. Mounds View 0. And all right, here we go. Period 2. Ponies 3. Mounds View 0. Your starting line for the second period. Gonna have Wagner and Pearl. Your defenseman, Zerbe's on the right, Chen on the left, Jackson Dorf in the center. Puck squirts away in the Mountain View's O-zone. Ponies collected, send it out the other way. Dorf off the wall, looking for a push. Going to be offsides. Dorf takes the draw over to Chen. Chen back to Wagner. Wagner sends it into the O-zone. Sends the goalie. Scoops it up. Oh, that could be hurt. All right. Zerbe shot wide. Pearl sends it deep again. Looking for a forecheck. Didn't get it. Off. Or that's icing. icing on Mounds View. We'll bring it back down into the pony's ozone and drop from your far dot. You've still got Dorf, Zerbies, and Chin. Those are your forwards. Wagner and Pearl, your defensemen. Dorf back to Pearl. Pearl sends it down low. This is wide. Chin back to Wagner. Wagner looking to shoot. Sends it in. Dorf ricochet down in the corner. Zerby's looking to hold his own. Good stick work there by Dorf. Wagner shoots it up to Chin. Chin shoots it up to Zerby. Zerby has a chance for a breakaway. Zerby finds the puck, shoots it back out to the top to Beldy, who's on the ice now. Beldy into Pearl, shoots wide left. Dorf back to Beldy again. Beldy shot, wide left. Moundsview sends it the other way. Chin collects. We'll have some fresh legs for Moundsview and for the Ponies. Luca gets a jump. Good job by number 15, stopping that push. Ponies lose the zone. Earl back on now. We've got, looks like Cade on with Luca. Over to Cade. Cade makes a move on the wall. Tries to pass across ice, catches Earl back skates. Garris is on with him. A little D-to-D action. Ponies lose possession. There's one right out in front. Good block by Ollie. Here's a rebound chance. Nothing doing. Looks like Moundsview's best chance of the game thus far. Here come the Ponies the other way. Vanek to Vanek. Vanek shot. Looks like it was good. The back of the net. Got to be in the front. Cade shoots again, and that one finds the glove. That'll be a puck play stoppage. We've got 12-19 to go in the second. 3-0 to score. Mueller coming on defense. Looks like he'll be out there with Hixie. Luca in the middle, Cade on the right, Garris on the left. Luca fights through to win the faceoff. Back to Garris. Garris passes himself off the wall. And he's needing help. Sends a pass, finds Vanek. We'll switch sides. Vanek working solo. Here comes a push. In and out. Back to the D. Hixie with a wrister from blue line. Hey, Vanek scoops up a goal on a bouncing puck that just Moundsview couldn't get it out. Okay, great job with the stick there. 4-0 Ponies. Dorf in the center now. Ness on the right, I believe, and Peterson out with him. Dorf wins the draw, takes it down in the zone. Ponies still pushing hard. Mueller, defenseman, along with Hickstone. Dorf back to Mueller. Lose the zone. The Ponies will have to retreat. And that is the sorriest whistle I've ever heard in my life. But offsides. He did a better job that time. Dorf wins to Mueller. Mueller back to Hicks. Hicks pushes it up to DP. Gets in the zone. Gets dumped. Sends it around. Mueller takes his own. Good job. That's working hard down there. Mueller goes in to help. Dorf back to neutral. We lose the zone. Pixie scoops it up in the neutral zone, and we'll do a little reset. Pixie to Dorf. Dorf takes it in himself, has Ness on the back wall, on the back post. Loses possession. Mounds View kicks it out, but straight to Pearl, who's coming on the ice. On View. Ollie collects it, sends it up to Dorf. He's got Ness and Peterson with him. Peterson drags his feet a little bit to ensure no offsides. Dorf looking to center. Here comes Mounds View. No numbers, should resolve. Pearl on the ice, takes care of number 10. Good hustle there by Pearl. Pearl to Vanek. Vanek looking for a little chip past the chin. He's got him. BP coming through on the back post. We got our numbers. Pad save. Good push. Nothing doing. Pearl cheats it. At 1 point. Pad save kicks it out. Here comes Mounds View. Wagner on the ice with Pearl as D. Luca, Chin, and Zerbe for the forwards. Mounds View trying to clear the zone. Wagner keeps it in. Good move by Pearl. Keeps the zone and crappy shot. Quick save. Another shot. Another rebound. There's another good pass. Cade. I think that was Luca. Yep, Luca camped out right in the middle. Collects the puck. Shoots it in the top left corner. Ponies 5. Mounds View 0. Zerbe's on the push. He's got Chin behind him, and he's got Zerbe's on the far post looking for him. Zerbe's collects, pushes it back to Pearl. Pearl sends it deep. Luca collects. He's got a few. Let's see. He goes back to D. Wagner. Wagner goes D to D to Pearl. Pass is high. Here comes Mounds View. Pearl, great job with the stick, breaks it up. That's going to cause an offside, and we will drop. Pause play. We got 8 minutes, 22 seconds to go in the second period. Dorf on the ice now is center. Beldy and Urbeck is defenseman. Bieris is on his left side and Kid Vanek's on his right. Beldy tries to go the long route to Vanek. Doesn't get it. Excuse me. Mounds View loses his zone. They retreat. Try to get something collected. Here they come. Looking for the break. Dolbeck breaks it up. Another challenge for number 14 could be a problem. Good stop by Ollie. All right, so you've got Belby and Earlbeck for defenseman, Bieris, Cade, your wingers, and Dorf in the middle. Dorf wins the face-off. Here comes Cade Vanek coming up the middle. Bieris in the middle. Coming up the right. Bieris is in the middle looking for the pass. They lose possession. Back to the neutral zone. Belby collects it. Belby to Dorf. Dorf to Bieris. Resolved, and Mounds View trying to send it the other way. Here they come. Earl back down in his own corner. Puts it out to Barris. Barris touches it up. Dorf looking for a jump. Dorf makes a move. He's across the blue line. He drops it back to Cade, who sends it over to Erlbeck. Erlbeck drops it D to Beldy. Beldy pushes up. Ness on the ice now. Falls back to cover up Beldy in a defensive position. Beldy working. Beldy loses the handle. It goes the other way. Ness is back to collect. Ness cross ice to Beldy. Beldy touches it in the zone to Vanek. Luca down in his own corner. Brings it around to Cade. Mounds regains possession. Cade off ice. Turnover. Luca back to Ness. Ness with a shot to score. Good hustle there by Luca. Pony 6. Moundsview 0. All right. Vanek's in the middle. Ness on the left. It's like BP on the right. Mueller and Hicksy are defensemen. Here comes Moundsview on a bit of a deflected face-off win by Vanek. Here comes Vanek up the side with speed. Pulls back. He's got Ness. Tries to pass it back to Mueller. Moundsview, good stick. Touches it away. Here comes Moundsview. They got numbers. Shot wide left. Shot. Deflected off of Mueller. Shot over off the post. Had a lot of net there. Number 9 hits the post. Here comes Vanek the other way. Higgs collects. Probably going to go to Mueller. Mueller pushes it up. Goes cross ice. They got BP to Vanek to BP and shot and save. 5 minutes to go in the second. 6-0 you score. Some fresh legs out there. Dorsmeyer center, Chin on the left. Looks like Zerbe's on the right. Wagner's the defenseman along with Pearl. Pearl to Wagner. 28 intercepts the pass. Here he comes looking for 14 on the back post. Doesn't have him. Wagner ties him up in the corner. Dorf scoops it up. Dorf to Chin. Chin across over to Pearl. Pearl's got Zerbe's waiting on the blue line. Offside. We will bring it back and drop it in the neutral zone. And he's going to draw back to Pearl. Pearl circles, sends it over to Wagner. Wagner's looking to push it up to Chin. Chin touches it up. Ponies take the zone. Zerbe's in the corner, takes the ring pass. Lose possession, but get it back. Zerbe's looking for Dorf. Lose possession again. Puck's out of play. Still Dorf, Chin, and Zerbe's up front. Wagner and Burley in the back. Wins the draw, but sends it all the way back into our D zone. Pearl working to set something up. Pushes it all the way up. Zerbe's camps out on the blue line. Offside. Now we got Luca. He's your center. Cade's on the right. Barris on the left. Your D is still the same. Luca takes the drop. Wagner sends it straight up the middle to Zooks. Zooks looking to make a move. Poke checked away, gone the other way. Here comes Mounds View. Zooks looking to bring out on his own. Fights off one player, sends it up the top to his brother Cade. It's 3-2. We've got numbers. Luca working, sends it over to Beldy. Beldy's up top. Beldy makes a move. Switches places advantage. Barris down low. Beldy up to Cade. Cade looking for Luca. Lose possession. Mounds View sends it deep. Wagner rings it around. Harris struggling to mind. 9 gets away, makes the pass. Ooh. 9 steps straight up from the dot. Rister. Ollie York save. Play stoppage. We've got 2 and change. 2 and 2. 2:25 to go in the second period. 6-0 ponies. Dorf back on its center. Nass on his right. Baldy has the defenseman still on. Put Earl back and BP opposite Ness. Here comes BP. Dorf with him. Nass on the other side. Sends it down. Goalie grabs it with his stick and sends it the other way. Ponies collect back in the neutral zone. Dorf brings them in again. Belby over to Earlbeck. Earlbeck sends it down to Ness. Ness makes the move. Here comes Dorf. Here to Ness. Ness shot, score. 5-hole. That was, I believe, Ness to Dorf, back to Ness. Ponies 7, Mounds 0. Drop from center ice. Scribbles back to Earlbeck. Earlbeck brings it in. Sends it deep into the zone. Dorf and Ness on the forecheck. Belby hanging out in the center. He's a defenseman along with Earlbeck, and BP's still on the ice. The puck breaks out. Dorf's got to move. Belby collects it. Cross pass over. Center's deflected by 28. We're trying to go to Dorf. Dorf ends up with it anyway in the neutral zone. Sends it to Ness. It's going to be offsides. Mounds View will drop it in the neutral zone. We got some new defensemen on the ice. New legs there. Mueller and Hixie, that pair. Luka Vanek, your center. He's got Zerbis on his right. He wins the draw, sends it to him. Here they come. Chin's on the left wing. Zerbis works behind the net, looking for somebody out front. Decides to shoot. He's high. Luka collects it, sends it back over to Hicks. Hicks, wrister, goalie kicks the net off. Well, good for him. He fixes it on his own. All right, we're back to Luka. Luka looking to pass. Zerbis. From Chin, I believe. Zerbis down low. Ponies lose possession. Zooch tries to get it back. We're in the neutral zone. Mueller sends it back to Hicks, and we'll probably collect for a push. Hicks goes for the long pass. Chin collects. Makes the move. He's got Zerby with him. Gets it over to him. Zerby. All right. Ref stopped the play. I think he thought the goalie swallowed it up, even though he didn't. And we'll drop it on the right dot in the pony zone. Verby sticks it back to Zooks. Zooks sends it wide. Mueller scoots it up. Mueller down low. That was Mueller to Chin, and Chin to Zerbis on the far post. Tried the backhand. Ended up in the goalie's glove. Only 4 seconds to go, I think. So this should be a drop, and then we're done with the period. But not before the ponies pick up a goal on the rebound. It looked like, I think that Zerby's got that one in, I believe. Rebound on that back post. All right, that should make it 8-0 ponies. And that was with 0.5 seconds to go. Magically now it says 0.2 seconds to go. So I'll say it again. We should drop here. Be done with the period. There we go. We're through 2. Mounds View versus Stillwater. Stillwater 8. And your home team, Mounds View 0. Like we're not sure what we're doing here. I don't know if we're scraping or not. Number 21 thinks we want to scrape. Mounds View still talking about it. Refs are looking to bring the guy on, but he's not ready. The door's not open. So we're going to scrape. And all right, we'll go on mute. We'll see you for the third period.